Seboliye,
Nirankari,
सत्संगत सतगुरु माता जी बैठे हैं। मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। ईश्वर आला वाहेगुरु चाहे कहो श्री राम, मालिक सबका एक ही है, अलग अलग है नाम। Saints, just permit me to share with you my history. A few days that I've been here in India, especially in this Samagam, I have had a chance to recollect my history, at the time how I joined this mission. Saints, in 1992, I left Uganda after finishing my high school, and I was sent, my parents sent me to Sweden to have a holiday there. And after the results came, I'd passed very well, and my parents asked me where I would go to study, where my interests were. And obviously they expected that I would choose either to study in Sweden or in the UK or in the United States. As somebody said, that is the land of opportunity. But I want you to know that at that time, I chose to come to India. And I didn't know what would happen. But, I decided that I would come and do my research and then, study in India. And while in India, Saints, of course, I did research in Punjab University. I was also in Jawaharlal Nehru University here and Pondicherry University. And then one time, when I was in Chandigarh, something miraculous happened, because despite of the fact that I had done, a lot of research, I was reading many books, I wanted to work a bit on my spiritual side, I bumped into one gentleman who invited and he was willing to talk to me. And he's by the name Harchan Nirman. At that time, in Chandigarh, I was so impressed by Uncle Nirman. And as we talked, he asked me whether I would love to take God knowledge. And I said, yes. Of what use would it be for me to acquire academic knowledge and just lose my own soul? So he invited me and, and he said, well, if you want also, you can go to Delhi and you can meet Babaji in Delhi. And I'll never forget that day. The next day, soon, I took a bus from Chandigarh. Then I came to meet Babaji. And at that time, when I arrived at the Sant at Nirankari Mandal, Babaji was in a meeting. And I thought it would take me days to see Babaji. And so some saints, some Mahapurushas said, well, just wait until, Babaji will get some time to talk to you. And I was just shocked within, just a few minutes. Babaji just walked out of the meeting. And Babaji welcomed me. And Babaji, it was just like magnet. It was just like seeing light. with the love and the impression that I got from him, well, that's how I got in touch with the mission. And from that time, I took a lot of interest to study and then to learn from many Mahapurushas. And soon, saints, my research was over in Uganda. Then I again came back to Delhi. I'd already got a job with the United Nations, and I was supposed to work in the UK. So I came and I talked to this about Babaji, and so I asked Babaji also at that time that he would pray and bless, that this good knowledge would go to Uganda. And one thing I learned was that, Babaji would talk in parables. He said, yeah, somebody needs to go to Uganda and, something needs to be done there. And then there is a lot that things that needs to be done locally in Uganda itself. And at that time, I didn't know. In my mind, I thought somebody would go to Uganda and do that. And then I would go to the UK and, do this job with United Nations. But after 2 days, something changed within my mind, and I decided to leave the job which I had got in the UK. And I said I would go to Uganda because there was no one who would go there, So I decided to go to Uganda. And I must tell you, some of you have been there in this part of the world. The thinking and the culture, of course, is slightly different. The teachings and the explanations of Christianity are also quite different. Something which is not Christian, there is a tendency of thinking that maybe other groups or organizations are cults. And when I arrived in Uganda, of course, it was very, very difficult. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do and so on. Thanks God that there was Mr. Sharma, Ashokji, who was also in Kampala. And that ignited the work to start right there. And since then, saints, I must tell you that the story has not been short. It has not been very easy in that part of the world, but by one, this good knowledge has been spreading. It has been gaining grounds in that part of the world. Right now, satsang is growing, and work is, good knowledge is being rooted. And I would love to take special blessings from Mataji, that the need of the hour now in that part of the world is to increase the teaching and the knowledge. And I want to call upon you all, satsang, whoever gets the opportunity, whoever gets the time, the place that you should remember now is, of course, Africa, because as you know very well, United Nations, America is all exploited. Europe is all exploited. And as you know, many other countries also are quite exploited. The virgin place, the place which is not known, which little is known to man, is Africa. And we are also at a very difficult time, because this is the time when all the superpowers in the world are rushing down to scramble for the minerals, to scramble for the resources in Africa. The wars that you hear about in Sudan and all other these places, I want you to know that Africans are not fighting, they're not fierce people, but these are, countries that are coming to fight to get, to scramble for the resources there. So this is the time that we really need this knowledge to penetrate the different kind of government systems that we have there, so that once people get to know God, once they get to realize, once they have love within themselves, then Africa is going to be a very, very better place for us to live. Mataji, I would love to pray that Africa can be at your heart. The Africans are God-loving people, and they are looking forward, and they always look forward to have this message spread over there. Saints, permit also to share with you that whatever we are doing, I think all what we need to do is to surrender ourselves. Like in the story that I've told you, I just surrendered myself, and then everything Satguru is doing, whatever is going on, Satguru is just doing. So permit to share with you a Shabad, which can, charge us. And it is picked from one of the holy books. And that Shabad goes, that Mera Mojume Kichinehi. And it goes, Mera Mojume Kichinehi, Mera Mojume Kichinehi, Jo Kishi hai Sotera, Jo Kishi hai Sotera, Tera Tujuko Sompote Kya lage Mera Kya lage Mera Kya lage Mera Boloji Bera Mojume Kichinehi Mera Mojume Kichinehi Jo Kishi hai Sotera Jo Kishi hai Sotera Tera Tujuko Sampote Kya lage Mera Kya lage Mera Kya lage.
सत्संग जी प्यार से कहिए निरंकार। कैसे सत्संगत हमने देखा